at it with Savage Talk with Keefa. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. It's the first show of 2024, y'all. So you know I'm excited. I know y'all want to know why am I excited. No, not just because it's 2024, but before I get into that, let me start with some housekeeping. Make sure you guys download the app. 101 TKO Radio. Why? Because we knocking them out the box always and always, y'all. Knocking them out the box. Download the app. You can tune in on YouTube as well. Make sure you guys follow me. Okay? Keefa Ray. Keefar to the AE, y'all. Keefa Ray. So you're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa only on 101 TKO Radio. So I'm excited. It's 2024. It's Tuesday. This is my first show of the year. And of course, it would not be Savage if I don't talk about a few things. Number one, what your body gonna be doing? Getting the body right. What kind of resolutions did you have for your health goals this year? If you did a vision board, you probably had some things on your vision board that speak directly to how you want to transform physically, mentally, and spiritually. That is all encompassing of your health. It's not just physical. That's why them BBLs be looking crazy. You can't just go get a BBL and you don't have your spiritual, your mental, and the rest of your body together. You're going to come out looking crazy. You're going to come out looking like you got two big wallets on each cheek. And, people probably won't tell you look crazy. Not to your face. They'll just say it on Instagram in the comments or something like that. Or they just going to say, oh, girl, you look good. What you had done? Stop lying. Stop lying. So anyway, we're going to talk about fitness goals, health goals. And you know what? There's a trend I read about for 2024. And I'm going to talk about that later in the show as well. And that trend is corporations doing more to improve work life for their employees, meaning they're trying to be more all-encompassing, helping with mental health issues, lots of stuff. So we'll talk about that in the program as well. And then another thing, it wouldn't be Savage if I wasn't talking about artificial intelligence and some more ways it's being used. Okay, you guys know I'm on the front line. I believe in artificial intelligence. Okay, I believe everybody needs to jump in. Why? Because if you don't, you're just going to get left behind. And I don't want you or anyone that you love being those folks out there talking about, yeah, I can't get this job, I can't get that job, I can't do this, I can't do that. There's resources out there for you. It's not difficult. So for 2024, that should be on everyone's radar. Learning about AI. Even if you only learn to the extent that it is directly related to your life, your job, or something else that is important to you. Okay, y'all know what I mean? You don't have to learn how to use AI for coding if you don't have any intention on creating apps or anything that has to do with coding. You don't have to worry about it. But look, if you know you struggle to manage a budget, why not use AI to help you manage a budget? If you're an artist and you are working on a creation and perhaps there is one piece of your drawing or one piece of your art that you're stuck on, use AI. That is directly related to things that you're doing in your life or things that you love. So those are reasons why you should be using AI. But okay, so look, let's start it off with a bang. Y'all know fitness, wellness, health, sweaty wetty, all things loving your body, taking care of your body, treating it with the utmost respect, being very intentional with your body. Okay, when I say body, you guys, I mean mind, body, and spirit. Okay, all inclusive. So you can't take care of one without taking care of the others and have lasting results that are completely unified. Okay, so that's what we're talking about at the start of this show. Now, a lot of folks, they wait. So this is what happens. We work for about 9 to 10 months out of the year. I'm gonna say 50 to 80%, as hard as we can, keeping our physiques and our bodies up, right? So 10 months out of the year, we putting in work to varying degrees. And then as soon as, once Thanksgiving comes, we all look at the rest of the year as like, okay, the rest of this year is where I'm just going to do me. Do you, boo. Do you, boo. You know how that go. I'm going to just do me. I'm going to the office parties. Even though I ain't eating everybody's potluck dish, I'm going to the office parties. Because, sometimes people be putting cheese where it don't belong. And then they'll bring it right to work and, just be like, well, hey, did you try my green bean casserole? Well, which one was it? The one with the cheese on top. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, I didn't try it. No. I don't eat vegetables. I'm just a sole meat eater. I'm playing, but you know how it goes. So we look at November and then we just say, okay, the rest of the year is just going to be a wash because I already know I'm going to have to start from scratch. That's just kind of how we do it. And I do it like that to certain degrees too, because yes, it's more food that you're going to be eating. It's more drinking, more, indulging, I will say, in all ways. Okay, just put a period and a stamp right there. So what happens is we let everything kind of go by the wayside to varying degrees until the end of the year, because we know once January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, whatever that Monday, or, the day after the New Year's Day when everything is closed. But you know what? That's like a Georgia thing. Because I do not remember ever things being closed on January 1. I thought everything was supposed to be open because that's when people want to buy more stuff and they want to do more things. And because they're in a new year, they're using New Year money, 2024 money. So they feel better about spending and wasting all that money on stuff they don't need because it's 2024 money. Totally separate from 2023. Even though we know that ain't true. That's just kind of, these are the stories we tell ourselves so that we can feel good about spending too much money on stuff we don't need. Now, if you are someone who likes to go to the big box name gyms, the 24-hour fitnesses, LA fitnesses, Planet fitnesses, all of the places with the fitness after the name, or the places where it's front desk people and they got to check in or something like that, or they have, hot tubs and all of these amenities. You are like most people, and I want you to think about this, because what I'm about to tell you guys is directly related to, especially if you're a business owner, what I'm about to share with you is directly related to marketing. and how you can sell more of your services and products. So think about it. This is what I say. Everything that I talk about, I've got to break down how it's directly related to how you buy and directly related to how you sell. So if you're someone who you go into one of the big box gyms and you look around and you feel like you just got a great deal because you're paying $29 a month and it's a 30,000 square foot gym, 20,000, whatever it is, you got all of this different pieces of equipment, you got showers, you have basketball courts, Fridays is pizza, on Tuesdays is CMOS, all of this stuff. If you buy those type of memberships, you are probably someone who buys based on amenities. Now, the reason why I'm going to point this out is because in the real world, when it comes to gym memberships, 99% of the time, it's never the amenities that get you fit. And I want you to think about this. What happens is all of those end of year commercials and, sign up for $10, no sign up fee, whatever it is, we've got all of this stuff. What is going on? You got to think about this. This is psychological. You are looking at all of these amenities, right? Remember I said 99% of the time, the amenities are not what's getting you the results. You are looking at all these amenities and your brain equates those amenities to results. And so you believe because you're signing up and you got all of this access, you believe that equals you getting the results that you want. Now, see, that's a psychological ploy. It's a trick. Why? How do we know it's a trick? Well, look around. All of them people that signed up with you is in the same predicament, meaning a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, they still do not have the desired results. But yet, you are satisfied because it's cheap. I talk about this all the time. So what's happening now, though, is consumers are becoming much, much more aware. And this is what I mean. What are they becoming more aware of? Well, consumers are becoming much more aware of when they are being sold BS. You want to know why? Because everybody is some kind of coach. Everybody is some kind of marketing expert online. Everybody is some sort of expert online. And all of those everybody's has told the other everybody's that you have something too that will make you an online expert. And so the tactics of selling amenities has gotten popular. It's gotten popular. So you think about it. Think about something that you've been looking at on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You know how the algorithm works. If you click on one thing, you're going to keep getting that thing. Now, 99.9999%, that thing you don't need. That's number one. That thing you don't need. It may be a software. It may be another pair of stretch pants. It may be like for me, look, I can't tell y'all how many trapper hats I have. Anytime I see something that look like fur and that's not a squirrel, I want to buy it. Okay, it appeals to my senses. Now I know I don't need it. I know I don't need it. So these are amenities that we're talking about. And we don't need amenities to get results. There was a reason why when I first when I first started doing fitness and training folks in my garage, I called it the Cave Fitness. In fact, it's still called the Cave Fitness. My corporation is called the Cave Fitness for the very reason of I wanted folks to understand it's not about where you're getting fit. It's about the how, the methodologies that are working for you. Don't get caught up in amenities. So what? They have a spa. They have a basketball court. Listen, your knees is bad. You can't even get out there and get on the court. So what difference do it make? And yeah, they got a hot tub, but you ain't gonna get in it because you're too worried about people looking at you and talking about you looking like this and your weight ain't right and I got to drop this weight and this and that. So amenities will cause you to waste money, get discouraged, and create a cycle of start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Okay? And you know what I hate about start, stop, start, stop? Like when I first moved here, I had an Accurate Vigor, okay? And it was a manual, it was a stick shift, a 5-speed. And I love driving a stick shift. But when I moved to Atlanta and I was driving from Gwinnett to the perimeter, I hated that stick shift because it's start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Wasting gas, start, stop, start, stop. Harder on the engine, start, stop, start, stop. Discouraging because soon as I want to get to switch gears and get into that second gear, dog, I gotta stop again. It's slowing down again. See, it is nothing worse than that. That is a buzzkill, okay? Psychologically, it's not good for you. And I'm using that as an analogy because we're in a 2024. And when it comes to your fitness, your health and wellness goals, I want you to win. And I guarantee you, check this out too. And you can tell me what y'all think. You chime in on this. Let me get a number again. 678-439-7419. That's the number to the station. Call direct. Now check this out. Do you think if people were actually getting the results they wanted from working out and eating healthy, do you think these Ozempic drugs and Mounjaro drugs and all of that would be sold out and flying off the shelves and everybody and their mama and daddy taking them? No, people are willing to risk their life to get slim and trim. Why are they willing to do that? Because they have been going years and years and years without getting the results they want. And they've gotten desperate for change. So we're going to talk about that and more on the other side of the break. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio.
And
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? We're back. We are back. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa, only on 101 TKO Radio. So, look, I hope y'all are still with me. Thank y'all for giving me your listening ear. Check this out. So, we've been talking about health and fitness, and do not fall for the tricks. When you want the results, as a consumer, go into your gym memberships, right? Go into your gym memberships with your eyes open. Don't be fooled and don't be sold on amenities, because amenities won't get you fit. Amenities will not get you fit. Okay? Don't be sold on that. Now, with that being said, do grab you a gym membership. Now, even if you are somebody that's taken the Ozempic style drugs, or even if you've had a gastric bypass or a gastric sleeve, you still need a gym membership. Now, of course, I'm partial to a certain type of workout. The certain type of workout I am partial to is CrossFit. And yes, I own a CrossFit gym, but before I started my CrossFit gym, okay, in 2010, the reason I started is because I loved the CrossFit methodology. Constantly varied functional movements done at a high intensity. Now, that style may not be for everyone, but if and women, listen to me. If you have had any work done to your body, you must grab you a membership and get to moving some weights, because I'm going to share this with you. Because getting work done on our bodies, women are doing that at younger and younger ages now. And I'm going to give you an example. When you remove fat from your body, as in liposuction, your hormones can change. Now, see, it's one thing when you do that in your 20s. So many women are doing that in their 20s and 30s, and they haven't even got to the part of their life where their hormones have changed. And what's going to happen, a lot of these women that are getting work done on their bodies and or taking drugs that alter the hormones, and you have to understand these Ozempic style drugs, the reason why women are losing weight is because they're not eating, because it alters the hormones to take away the hunger. So that's how they're able to do it. And that's why the women and men that love it, that's why they love it, because they can lose weight and not be starving. So, to my point, when you're using these style drugs and you haven't even gotten to a point where your hormones have changed, what they're going to find is that when they get to that point, things are going to be different. And I can't tell you exactly how, because that's different for every person. But what I can tell you is research shows when your body produces a hormone that you then replace with an unnatural form of that hormone, or replace it with something else, your body is going to stop or drastically slow down on producing the natural hormone. Okay, you know, in the hood, we call it what you don't use, you lose. And that's a fact. Just like memory. Okay, if you're not talking about something that you learned often enough, or if you're not using it enough, like algebra. Did I just say algebra? Hey, y'all, sometimes I just have to laugh at myself. Algebra. Get that education. Okay, get your education. So, like algebra, that's just an example. Once you learn algebra or geometry, if you don't practice it, most people are just gonna forget it. That's just how it works. It's the same thing with muscle memory. If you're used to doing bicep curls and you got some good looking arms, your shoulders look good, and then you stop doing it, your muscles will deteriorate. So it's the same thing with external muscles. It's the same thing with internal organ function and hormones. We are not, even though we look at ourselves in the mirror every day, several times a day, that is not the extent of us. Our insides need to be worked out as well. Okay, our insides need to be worked out as well. So get your gym membership. Now, this is one of my tips. I believe in having a gym membership and working out outside of your home. Now, let me tell you why. Because the fact of the matter is, most people are not going to work out to the level and capacity that they need to get the results that they want at home. And even more so at home by themselves. It doesn't matter what program you're following. You could be doing Insanity, you could be doing Shanti, you could be doing a stepping program. It does not matter the program. If you are at home working out by yourself, you are just not going to get the level of results that you would if you were working out outside of your home, in a group, in an environment that is set up for working out. There is a mental connection that I personally like to have with the gym. There is a mental connection. Why do I want that connection? Because that is what is building the discipline. It is a routine that I'm going to drive to the gym and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z when I get to the gym. And I have 1 hour to get it done. So I'm building my life around these parameters so that I can always look the way that I want to look, have the health that I want to have. I don't want that to be a variable. No, I'm not working out at home. Because why? Sometimes my kids may start bugging me. Sometimes I'm going to end up picking up my phone, looking at who's texting me. Sometimes if I get real tired, I'm going to just take a break when a break is not called for. So I like to have the gym be a location that I must get to. That is the routine. It is not a convenience for me to be working out in my home. It's an inconvenience. Okay, and that's one of the greatest tips I can tell people. I'm sure almost 100% of people have a bunch of equipment at home, and every day they walk by it and say, "I can't believe I spent $2,000 on this. It was good for the first week, but now I'm so sick. I'm so sick of looking at this app. Who wants to buy this? Let me see if anybody's interested in getting this bike." Or whatever it is. That's a fact. People have equipment at home that they don't use, that they wish they wouldn't have wasted the money on. But I'm going to tell you what, guess what? When you bought that equipment, you went to the company's website, you saw these virtual coaches they had, you saw all of these classes they had, and you saw, okay, you're gonna get X, Y, and Z. We're going to fit you with an extra movable seat. We're going to throw in some extra gym music tracks in there, whatever it is. You bought the amenities. And now you got this expensive equipment sitting in your house because you bought based on amenities and not what you were actually going to be doing. So now, but I'm going to transition into something I was talking about earlier, and I've talked about this on the show before, okay? And this is collaborations. I talk about it with business. I talk about it with everything because, as you know, it's my belief that we are a culmination of our relationships. Who you are is just a reflection of the relationships that you have, okay? Relationships meaning not any particular type of relationship, just meaning whoever you're in relationship with. So that can be your children, that can be your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, business partner, you know, everybody that you come in contact with is some sort of relationship that you're forming. Okay. And either that partnership, that relationship is going to add value to your life and the partners, or it's going to detract value from you and the partner's life. So, of course, we always want to be adding value, not only to our life, but to everybody's life that we touch. How are we going to add value? So check this out. One of my favorite people, Snoop Dogg, one of my favorite people. Remember he did this campaign maybe about a month ago. Everybody was saying Snoop Dogg was going to stop smoking. And yeah, he's giving up the smoke. And it really was just a ploy because he was advertising his partnership with Solo Smokeless Grills. Remember that? So how many people you think went out and got a Solo Smokeless Grill? Some people didn't even know smokeless grills existed. You know what I'm saying? Because they just throw some bricks on their deck, on their patio, put some bricks together, throw some wood in it, and they got their homemade smoke pit. You know how it is. We go to the cookout and we got a smoke pit going on, and we all getting smoked out. Boy, we leave up out of there smelling fried, like French fries, barbecue. And I don't mean because we ate it. Hair, clothes, everything just smelling like smoke. I don't mind it if it's a cookout like that. But see, if I done got all cute and I got heels on and you got me in the fire pit and it's all this white smoke, hickory, mesquite, cherry, pecan, you know, it's all blowing on my outfit. And this outfit is expensive. And it's the type of outfit you can't wash after every wear. Now I got to, you know, I actually have to wash it because dry cleaning is not going to get all that hickory smoke smell out of it. So this is what I'm talking about. So everybody thought that he was giving up smoking, but in fact, what he did was he put his name and face on a smokeless fire pit that caused this company called Solo. I'm familiar with them because even before that happened, I had been weighing in on what's the best smokeless fire pit because I am one of those people. I don't want no smoke. Okay, I bring the smoke, but I don't want the smoke. So I was looking at Brio smokeless fire pits. Why? Just so y'all know, listen, the difference between the Solo and the Brio is that the Brio has barbecue attachments. Okay, and I love to grill. So why not be able to have a beautiful, beautiful fire, keeping everybody warm, and at the same time got some steaks, some burgers, you know, or for the vegans, the portobello mushrooms on the grill. So partnership is about bringing value to whatever the partnership is. You're bringing value to your children's life. You're bringing value to your friends' life. And you know what? When you have a job, you need to be bringing value to whoever is employing you. Okay? And think about this, because a lot of people may not agree with me. Bringing value above and beyond what you're getting paid for. Because sometimes we do the bare minimum. And here is the thing that I don't want you to miss. See, at some point, if you're one of the people that you have an entrepreneur mind, you're going to be on that other end where you need people to bring value and help you grow your business. And if you've been giving stingy energy to your employer, what you think you're putting into the universe and that you're going to get back when you start your business. See, you're going to need people to buy in on your vision. And even if you work for a big corporation like Amazon, that started with one vision. And I ain't saying, just let a job abuse you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about regular schmegular. You have a career, you getting paid for what you do. But at the same time, when you want abundance in your own business and you want people to believe in your business and back your business and go 100 balls to the walls, you got to do that for other people that you work for or that you volunteer for. You have to, so you can get it back in your own life and business. So Snoop Dogg, he put his name on the Solo Grill. Of course, they sold more smokeless grills. All right, so partnerships, that's the name for 2024. And because we're talking about fitness, I got some other exciting partnerships to share. But we're gonna take a break. So look, stick around. I'm gonna give you guys a number again because I want you to call in. I want you to weigh in on partnerships. I want you to weigh in on what I'm talking about on fitness, what your goals are. 678-439-7419. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. We'll be back after the break. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? We are back. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa, 101 TKO Radio. Yes, y'all. So look, before the break, we're talking about collaborations, talking about fitness. I was talking about Snoop Dogg. So look, I talked about Snoop Dogg's collaboration with Solo Smokeless Fire Pits. But I cannot fail to mention, even before that, it started with the 19 Crimes. Okay, so those of y'all who drink the Snoop Dogg wine, we call it Snoop Dogg wine. It's got the Snoop Dogg flavor profile, whatever he agreed to. But it's 19 Crimes wine. And of course, you know he learned that from Martha Stewart. Okay, he learned that from Martha Stewart. So Snoop Dogg, he is likely getting a percentage of every bottle sold. He probably got a ginormous upfront lump sum for signing an agreement and agreeing to do the wine for however many years. Okay, so think about it. He started with the red wine blend. Now he's got a whole champagne and like a pink rosé type. Maybe even more. I haven't even looked. I'm looking at the ones that I drink. So that's a collaboration, a partnership. Snoop Dogg brought value to 19 Crimes. Snoop Dogg put 19 Crimes in a market in front of people that 19 Crimes normally wouldn't have access to because there was no awareness. Now, unless you were just a red wine drinker, you know, you probably weren't familiar with 19 Crimes in terms of the taste. You probably seen it on the shelf, but what made you buy it now is the partnership with Snoop Dogg. So they both brought value to each other. And now the latest and greatest, Snoop Dogg has partnered with a drink company, and now he's got a CBD versions and Delta 9 versions of drinks. Okay, so I can't remember the name of the company offhand, but it's a hemp company. So they were already selling hemp-based products. And now, in collaboration with Snoop Dogg, they are now going to be selling more energy drinks, more CBD Delta 9 drinks. So what did I say about 19 Crimes? The same thing happens here. Most of us had never heard of this company before, but now that Snoop has his name on it, that puts this company in front of people they would not normally have access to. And that is partners and collaborators adding value to each other. This is important because, and I talk about this all the time, one of the fastest ways to 10x what you're doing, meaning quantum leap what you're doing in your business, is to form powerful partnerships. Look for partners that are in areas that you want to be in front of. Look for partners that are doing innovative marketing strategies, marketing techniques that you want to be a part of. That's the fastest way to 10x what you're doing. You don't need partners that's doing exactly the same thing you are. That's great for some things, but see, when you're trying to expand into areas and expand into that area and have it be a warm market for you, not just cold people who've never heard of you, never seen you, don't know, like, and trust you, that's the hard way to do it. So if you can form powerful collaborations, that's the way to do it. Now check this out. Since we're talking about fitness, and y'all know that's my jam, I mentioned Planet Fitness earlier. Now, one of the smartest things Planet Fitness could have done was partner and collaborate with Megan Thee Stallion. Now, why? Because number one, Meg Thee Stallion, see, she already was working out. She's already said that's part of her life. It helps her deal with her mental stuff. And it's a proven fact that working out helps with mental conditions. All of them, whether it's depression, anxiety, PTSD, working out helps with all of that. So Planet Fitness, because they were known as the no lunk alarm gym, no lunk alarm, you can come here, work out, and get pizza. Okay, because they were known as that gym, and lots of people talk about it. Like, yeah, we call it Planet Fatness. I'm going to admit, I've been one of those people to talk junk. I've talked lots of junk about Planet Fatness because I've always said, when you're serious about transforming your body, you ain't going to be at Planet Fatness. However, this collaboration, this partnership with Meg Thee Stallion, I'm predicting is going to be a game changer for them. And I'm sure it already is, because when she was on Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year, had on her purple, okay, like Planet Fatness, you know, that's their colors, yellow and purple. Meg Thee Stallion had on her purple. And so she is the mother of fitness character. Okay? She is the mother of fitness spokesperson for Planet Fitness. Now, why is she the right choice? Well, number one, she's got the right body. She's got the right body. Number two, I mentioned earlier, she already works out. So it's in her wheelhouse. She doesn't have to be phony to be their spokesperson. Because y'all do know a lot of spokespeople are just spokespeople, and they may not even use the product or have any idea about the product that they're a spokesperson for. That's inauthentic. And a lot of times it just doesn't work. But Meg Thee Stallion, Mother Fitness, spokesperson for Planet Fitness, already works out, already has the body, is in a position where she has the bandwidth to do it. And not only that, Planet Fitness is looking to venture into the markets of Black women who want to have a big booty, a slim waist, and listen to hip hop music, who want to twerk. And what happens when those women start coming to Planet Fitness? The men are going to follow. Listen, y'all, I hope y'all getting this, because I'm dropping some knowledge on y'all. If you got a business or you looking to start a business, you better pay attention, because I'm telling y'all the secrets. I'm telling you how they are catching you hook, line, and sinker, so that you can then go and replicate, duplicate, rinse and repeat in your own business. This is probably one of the greatest decisions Planet Fitness has made. I'm banking on it. I'm banking on it. Why? Because if you taking Ozempic and all that other stuff, you can afford to also go to Planet Fitness. You can pay $500, $600, $1,000 a month to get those shots. Then it ain't no thing paying $20 to have a gym membership and go do whatever little bit you're going to do. Because you ain't going to be eating, so you probably ain't going to be doing much. But my point is they have figured out a way. And when I say figure out a way, all I'm saying is they have figured out a number that worked for Megan. Okay, y'all hear me? They figured out a number that worked for her to get her to say yes. So whoever came up with that idea should get a promotion. And they should get what's called a skip level promotion. Okay, so for those of y'all that's in the corporate world, you probably know what skip level means. Typically it's used with respect to skip level meetings, which means you're not going to meet with your direct boss, but you have an opportunity to meet with your boss's boss or your boss's boss's boss. That's called skip level. So whoever crafted the idea and came up with whatever combination of we gonna pay you X amount of dollars, and here's what you're gonna do. We're gonna call you Mother Fitness. You're gonna wear your style of purple outfit. You're gonna pick what you want. Get your stylist. It just needs to be purple. And you gonna rock that outfit, and you're gonna do 12 appearances a year or whatever, or 2 appearances, 3 commercials, and we're gonna pay you XYZ. Whatever team formulated that combination, number one, they formulated a winning combination. Number 2, they added value to the Planet Fitness company. Number 3, they added value to Megan Thee Stallion's life. And number 4, for those reasons, they deserve to be skip level promoted. So that means we're not just going to promote you one level up. I'm going to give you your boss's job, because he or she should have figured this out. But since you did it, I'm going to let you take that job, because you and your team have managed to bring more money to Planet Fitness. And I'm telling y'all, this is huge. This is huge. Planet Fitness is, the doors is going to be busting wide open. Okay, I know that's a song. I said that on purpose, busting wide open. They going to be playing. So they rolled the lunk alarm. They rolled that into the ground. It was time to bury it. And the fact is, the lunk alarm, that marketing plan, that if you got too much muscles, or if you really coming in here to work out, this ain't the place, you gonna get the lunk alarm. That didn't do Planet Fitness justice. Because what happened? People that really want to work out and look good, they say, no, I can't go there because shoot, I'm going to be made fun of because I'm actually trying to do the thing that's supposed to be done in this gym. But they really want people who want to come eat pizza and who want to come do dumb stuff. You know them videos you see on Insta where it's a few of them. One is a white dude and the other ones are black dudes, but they got like, they just looking around like they going to the gym to work out, and then they got clips of all these other gym video fails that they looking at like, oh God, is this what's about to happen? Just looking around. No, you don't want to be that person. So I am very proud, although I've never had a Planet Fitness membership. I've never had a Planet Fitness membership. I've never had a LA Fitness membership. Since I've been in Georgia, the only memberships I've ever had is CrossFit, and I ain't going nowhere else because that's what works, and that's really what gets you looking super duper fly, like Missy Elliott says, super fly. Okay. So anyway, you guys, look, we got more to talk about after the break. On the other side of the break, stick around. We're going to talk more Snoop Dogg, Meg Thee Stallion, and most importantly, how you can apply these same principles to your life and business. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. We'll be back after the break. What's up, y'all? We are back. You listening to Savage Talk with Keefa. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. So we've been talking about powerful, really extremely powerful collaborations. So I point all that out so that you can then copy and do the same. Find powerful collaborations for your life. And check this out, y'all. We're talking business. But you know what? Powerful collaborations on a romantic level end in marriage and love. So you got to be intentional. It's no different. Okay, hear me, y'all. It is no different. Powerful collaborations in a romantic setting, you're bringing value to your girl or guy, and they're bringing value to you. And when I say bringing value, I mean in all ways. Okay, sometimes that might mean picking you up some lunch or some dinner. Sometimes it means doing the dishes. Sometimes it means flowers, whatever it is for you. But you've got to figure out, where is that powerful collaboration in your life? Who are those people? Where do they reside so that you can go out and get them? You can collaborate in business. You can collaborate in personal. Okay, so I want you thinking about it like that. But check this out. So when I was talking about Snoop Dogg, I pulled it up on the break. So these drinks, the doggy spritz, Death Row Do It Fluid, G'd up. That's the blood orange flavor. See, that's what I would drink. I love blood orange, G'd up. Okay, the other one, the shiznit. Okay, but listen, that's the blue raspberry, and that's what it's called. And then the other one, let's see, loaded punch. Oh, it says something. But so I wanted to share those names with you. All right, but look, now it is time that I transition and I start talking about artificial intelligence. I will talk about some AI. Now check this out. Did y'all know AI is being used to enhance flavor profiles of food? It's being used to figure out what the people like in certain types of food, so that food can be enhanced to have more of that thing that you like. This to me, y'all, we're talking about genetics. We're talking about, and really, when I say AI, this is what I want you to think about. I'm not at this particular moment talking about a robot as in AI. I am talking about the data analytics, and machine learning. Okay, so that means all of this data that y'all, been popping into these chatbots. We have been training and teaching these chatbots. So they have all of this information at our fingertips, at our disposal. So if you're somebody like my son who loves what's those chips in the can? Pringles. Who loves some Pringles. You know what? It is something addictive about Pringles. Because I'm not going to say I love them, because I don't go out and search for them and hunt for them. But if I start eating them dried, like rehydrated potatoes, which is crazy, because why you going to take all the water out of a potato, mix it up, and then put water back in the potato? That's what a Pringle is. Y'all know that, right? It's like, that's what gives it that taste. And I don't even know how to describe that taste, but it's because they break the potato all the way down and then do some other stuff with it and then form it into a chip. And you know what? You know what else? Even with like frozen French fries. Y'all, this is deep. This is crazy. They take the potatoes, they break them all the way down, make it into a mush, add all of this other stuff to it, and then reshape it into to look like a French fry. So it's totally processed. It's totally processed. That's why you can put them in the air fryer and they get all crispy, but you try to put real potatoes in the air fryer, all of that moisture, it don't turn out right. Same way when you fry them. You know how moms used to fry them back in the day? You get that big old pot of Crisco or whatever vegetable oil you using, and you cut them fries up thinking, you go in thinking you was going to have some McDonald's fries, but them things be soggy. They be soggy, and you got to get the paper towel like, Mom, what's up? Why these fries is soft? Look, she didn't want to hear none of that. You going to eat them or you ain't. You're hungry or you're not. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So all of this information that we've been putting into these different conversations with different chatbots, we've been teaching it and training it. So if you put in there, how can I make my Pringles last longer? You know, it's going to give you an answer. If you put in there what makes Pringles taste so good, it's going to give you an answer. And so, and I'm using Pringles as an example because I know a lot of people love Pringles. Some people love Funyuns too. Y'all remember Funyuns? The onion chip? Yeah, I like Funyuns too. Same concept. It's like dried stuff that they flip it, smack it, rub it down, and then make it into a chip. And we love it. But so all of this information in the chat box, let's say Mr. Pringle wants to know, how can I sell more Pringles? Well, how can you sell more Pringles? You can put in the Pringles more of the things that the people love to get them more hooked on it. So what if I need to know exactly what is that thing that the people love? Is it the crunch? Is it the type of salt? Is it melts in your mouth? Is it that, okay, you can take 4 of them and put them in your mouth at the same time? Whatever that thing is, if I'm Mr. Pringle, see, I need the data to substantiate so I can know exactly what is it about my Pringle that people love, because now I can go and mass produce that in more quantity. So when I say AI, like for this conversation, I'm talking about the data, all of the data that's out there, and artificial intelligence being able to use that data and come up with information. Okay, so this is why data is king, y'all. This is why data is king. This is why Facebook has the value that it has. Because with all of the data, the data analysts, it used to be people doing all of this. It's a gazillion degrees that fall under the category of becoming a data analyst. Being able to take data and formulate it into useful information. Now AI is data analyst. So it can figure out flavor profiles, and it can help Mr. Pringle come up with even a better chip that's even more addictive. Okay, do y'all hear me when I say that? Because look, this is something you may or may not know. Did y'all know that Chipotle, I'm sure it's called Chipotle, but in Cali, we just say Chipotle. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. The place with the expensive burritos and the expensive bowls and the $3 guacamole. Now, Chipotle have deployed artificial intelligence. And the artificial intelligence they have deployed is robots. So now, in this case, I am talking about robots. They are using robots called Autocado, that's making their guacamole. and they are using robots called Chippy. That's making their chips. So what I want to know is, now that they're using Chippy to make these chips, can I get a bag of chips that doesn't at least have 3 stale ones? Because I swear to God, every time I buy some chips, the little brown bag of chips that really should come with them $15 burritos and bowls. Now, this is my thing. See, Chipotle needs to start doing value add a little bit better. Okay, because if I buy a bowl that's loaded up and I buy guacamole for another $3, go on and give me them stale chips. And go and give me them stale chips. Because you know what I like to do, and I haven't done this, I haven't been to Chipotle in a long time. I kind of have decided that, it really just is too much for what I order. Because 99% of the time, I don't want the beans and the rice. So, everything I get out of there looks slim. It's like I'm ordering from the fit and trim menu, but I'm paying the Planet Fatness, the full body price. You know what I'm saying? I want slim and trim, but I'm paying a full body price. So I don't always, I typically don't choose Chipotle. But so Autocado is going to be making the guacamole to the exact standards so that it can be packaged up and shipped out to all of the Chipotle stores. And there will not be any fluctuation in what you get. Because, sometimes when people are working on it, you're going to find a hairnet. You might find a fingernail. You never know, because sometimes this type of stuff happens. You find all kind of stuff where it's not supposed to be. So Chipotle is using robots. Now check this out. Don't you think if they already are at the point, because see, robots are being used at the finish line. So and when I say finish line, making product, making the guacamole, making the chips, but all of the AI, the technology comes before that. Just like if you have a t-shirt business and you're making t-shirts, all of the work comes before you package it up and send it to the person who bought it. So AI is already being used to improve foods. And you know what? Let me roll that back. I'm not even going to say to improve foods, because at the end of the day, these corporations are using AI to improve their bottom line. And one of the ways they can improve their bottom line is by enhancing the flavor profiles of the food that we're buying. Now, mind you, at the same time, they're shrinking the packaging and making you believe you're getting the same by shrinking the packaging, but saying 25% more. So it's all mind games they're playing on us. They're playing mind games on us, y'all. So artificial intelligence, even when you don't think it's being used, it's already being used. It's already being used. Now, I want to know, who are my Chipotle lovers? Who loves Chipotle? What you think? Oh, okay. So, yeah, tell me what you think about Chipotle. And if you walk in a restaurant, let's say you go to the nearest Chipotle, and you happen to walk in and you see Autocado back there mixing up some guacamole, and you see Chippy back there frying up some chips, but you see the regular old people at the counter and making whatever you order. What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna walk out. Well, from in those two instances, because I'm I like avocado, but I don't do the guacamole. I guess the texture, whatever. But even if I did, if I saw it, because I mentally I'm not ready for it.
Okay. You're not ready, but check this out. Look, y'all. We've got okay, so we had a caller on the line. Give me a call back because I know you probably want to talk about Chipotle because I'm always talking about Chipotle and the guacamole is too expensive. And number one, if you're gonna charge $2 to $3 for guacamole, I need some pico de gallo in it. I don't want just no chopped up half mushy, half soft avocados.
But the thing about it, okay, it could get messy. So are they gonna take the time in cleaning the robot hand?
Well, you know what? Now, this is one thing I'm going to say about robots. See, if they make some stainless steel hands, they're going to be cleaner than any person's hands. Okay? Because I guarantee you, 99% of them people in Chipotle don't clean their fingernails.
That's true.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? And you know what they doing? They'll take off that one glove because their boss then told them, y'all using too many gloves. So they're going to try to save 2 gloves and they're going to get your money and go punch on the computer and then go back with them same gloves and make your burrito. All right, look, we got a caller. So you guys, right now we're talking about Chipotle. We're talking about artificial intelligence and these robots that's going to be making guacamole and chips. So let's see, who do we have on the line?
Hey, Keefa, you know who it is. It's Jewel. How you doing?
What's up, Jewel? Listen, Jewel, you my greatest fan. I love you for that. You my greatest fan. Maybe you my only fan.
All right. But you know what? I wanted to catch you before you got off. It's a great show, by the way. I've been listening. But listen, I don't like guacamole, but I'm going to talk about something else where AI, check this out. People that know me know that I like grilled foods. I love barbecue, right? So there's a company in the UK, and they're using the world's first AI-powered grill. So check that out. And so they can cook more than 50 types of food in under 3 minutes. Can
What?
you believe that?
Yes, of course.
In under 3 minutes. So I'm going to spin this a little bit. I want to get your opinion. I'm going to drop off. So other than food, how do you see AI, for example, enhancing, I'm just going to keep it real, enhancing problems that a couple may have with intimacy? And how can AI either replace or enhance what a therapist is already doing to help that couple? And I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I know you are quick-witted, and I know you can come up with some really good dialogue. So I'm going to drop off and let you answer that question.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, the first thing is y'all sleeping on the guacamole. I don't know what the issue is. I'm not saying Chipotle is the way to go, but when I make some guac, I don't never have to take none back home.
I look at guac just like refried beans.
Oh, you don't like refried beans?
Give me the whole bean. Because it to me just looked like somebody just chewed it up. And
Chipotle has a way that they do theirs that I don't really like. But you have to have more authentic, and then it's different. But I'll have to make some sometime and bring it in for you. But okay, so Jewel made some very, very interesting and great points. Number one, the grill that can cook all different types of food in 3 minutes. So that's a combination of different technologies. But so what Jewel is talking about with AI, again, I'm going to go back to the data. Okay, forget about robots for a minute, but the data. In order to be able to cook 50, did he say 50? 50 different type of foods on one piece of equipment, one grill, one smoker, you have got to have the data that's going to show all the flavor profiles, what temperature this item needs to hit to be okay and still be tender versus what temperature this item, how long, what size, all of this data. See, with AI, the data can be analyzed in nanoseconds, whereas a human we trying to figure some stuff out.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. We're going to put the big stakes on the left, the little stakes on the right. That's about the extent of our, what we can do. But having all of this data and having a platform and a system with AI that can analyze it and come up with likely, probable, or not likely or probable results. Because either way, even if AI can tell me this might work or this ain't going to work, that's information I didn't have before. And I didn't have to waste product. I didn't have to waste man hours, like having somebody trial and error. So that's the benefit of that. Now, when it comes to having all the data that therapists, and this is what I think is great. This is how some of these platforms are able to work, like the platforms where you can go online and you have an AI therapist. You tell the therapist what your issue is, and that artificial intelligence is going to mesh what you put in there. Okay, whatever the intimacy problems is, it's going to mesh what you put in there against all of the other data available. And it's going to give you a likely scenario of things that you can try. And I'm going to say with an application like therapy, the chances are really high that you're going to get accurate information. And this is why I say this. Number one, even before ChatGPT, there was lots and lots of information online related to therapy and related to even breaking it down, specific issues like how to get back together when you've drifted apart after 10 years of marriage. And I'm making that up off the top of my head. And the reason is because even before AI, therapists and patients and regular people were writing articles about this stuff, things that worked for them. So you have all of that data, and I'm talking about from all over the world, not just in the USA. You have all of that data on, let's say, children in therapy for autism, couples therapy when one spouse has cheated, when a spouse has gone online. It could be anything. All of that stuff was already online. Now that we've got AI can scrape all of that information already online, plus take the information that we've been putting in it through our own chats, plus because it's constantly learning and it can deduce and evolve, we can, this is what's deep. It can give us an entirely new program. And when I say program, I'm saying, let's say to Jules' point, let's just say a couple that's been married for 20 years that has lost the desire to have intimacy. And I don't mean just sex. I'm talking about don't want to hug, because that's common in long-term relationships. People, the touching intimacy is not there. Artificial intelligence has so much knowledge and data to analyze now, it can spit out a 10-point reconnection program to get you reconnected in 60 days. And I'm making that up, but you can pop that in the chat and tell it, this is the situation, and tell the chat, you're an expert therapist. You've been helping couples rebuild failed marriages. You've been helping couples come together after one or both spouses have cheated. And that is your specialty. And now that you know that's your specialty, this is me talking to my chat. Now that you know that's your specialty, I need you to give me a 60-day plan to rebuild the lost intimacy with my spouse because he's cheated or I cheated or whatever. And chat will give you a recipe for 60 days of things that you can do where you can rebuild an intimate relationship, and it will be accurate. Now, I wouldn't say that about everything. I wouldn't say that about everything. But the one thing about relationships is that ever since we've had the internet, there's been lots of talk about relationships. Now that we have not only the internet, but we have social media, it's even more talk about relationships. And now we have relationship experts that are not even therapists, that are experts in relationships. So there's so much data at our fingertips that AI has at its disposal that we can turn around and use. So, Jewel, to answer your question, I am all about that life. Okay, I am all about that life, even more so than Autocado and Chippy. I am more confident that AI can give you a program to rebuild a failed marriage, to rebuild intimacy, to tell you how to rebuild specific parts of intimacy. I am confident AI can do that more than I am confident that Autocado and Chippy are going to create better tasting chips that are not stale and better tasting and better textured guacamole. That's for Nelson. Okay, we got to fix the texture, right? We're going to fix the texture of the macaroni. We're going to fix the texture of the guacamole, and we're going to make sure there's no stale chips. I'm more confident. I'm more confident that the relationship advice you'll get, Jewel, is going to be on point and accurate than I am confident that the chips won't be stale and the guacamole won't be mushy and the chicken won't taste like wood and the macaroni will be mush, the peas and all of that. Y'all know that song. Okay, so look, you guys, stick around. We've got about 15 more minutes on the show. We are going to take another commercial break, but hang around. We got more to talk about. You're listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio.
We can just talk about you, girl.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? We are back. Yeah, go ahead. Now it's about time for Music Soul Child to come out with something new, right? Who doesn't love Music Soul Child? First of all, the name was right on point. Music. The name was right on point. So where you at? You know we looking for you. Do he live in Atlanta? You know what? I got to do some research. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask my AI assistant. Can you tell me, where is Music Soul Child? What has happened to Music Soul Child? Why has he not put out any new music? And you know what's going to happen? Let's do a test. I need somebody to plug that into any chat bot. Ask what has happened to Music Soul Child. How come he has not put out any music? And see what it says. It's going to pull information from the internet, whatever information is out there about Music Soul Child, and it's going to give us an answer. Now, I don't know how accurate it's going to be, but I want to see what AI tells us for an answer to why has Music Soul Child not put out any new music in a long time. Just to see what it says. So I hope you guys are seeing that, taking it back to what I said at the beginning of the show and what I've been saying is that, ready or not, artificial intelligence is here. It's already incorporated into softwares you're using, apps you're using. It's already integrated. Have you noticed changes with Instagram? Have you noticed on Facebook? They're incorporating things, suggesting. I mean, listen, the algorithms, even before artificial intelligence, algorithms were data driven. Now, have you noticed your algorithms are less accurate or more accurate? Now, not only, well, it's still data driven, but not only are they using data, like our past data, things that we've actually looked at, browsed at, spent time commenting on, it's also putting all of that information together to suggest. I mean, what do you guys think the suggestions are? How do you think they come up? They're suggesting reels that you might like, videos that you might like, just like they're suggesting when they put certain things for sale in your feed. That is a suggestion. I am suggesting that you look at this ad because I think you might like it and you might want to buy it. Well, how do you know this? Facebook, Instagram, because one of your friends' bought this, and you guys both were at an event together 2 years ago. So that's how this thing works now. All of this data, AI can analyze it in nanoseconds. The data that you've input, the data that your family has input, the data that your friends have input. Even if you're not close friends, you know how it is. 2 years ago, we was at a New Year's Eve party together, and somebody I really didn't know took the picture, shared the picture, like airdropped the picture to us, and tagged us all on Facebook on the picture. So now, guess what happens? We have a connection that AI can use. And based on the fact that we were at this event together 2 years ago, and she bought these Fashion Nova style pants, well, it's highly likely that I might like those same type of pants. That's how this stuff works, you guys. That's what algorithm is. Algorithmic. That's what algorithmic is. And a lot of y'all say you don't want to be subjected to algorithms and all of that. Well, how you gonna not? You're gonna stop buying stuff, you're gonna stop looking at stuff. That's the only way for it to happen. There's algorithm everywhere online now. Okay, that is one of the things artificial intelligence has made accessible to these companies. You no longer have to have a Facebook pixel. Why? Because every website now can capture your data because of AI. But look, some of y'all gonna be afraid of it. The thing is, unless you're talking about moving to Alaska off the grid, I mean, you're gonna live like the Alaskan bush people. You remember that show, the Alaskan bush people? And unless you're trying to live off the grid like that, which most of y'all not trying to do, because as soon as you get a toothache, you're gonna be going to the dentist using that card to pay to get that abscess fixed in your mouth. Now, this is stuff y'all need to think about when you talk about going off the grid. If you get an infection, you're gonna die. Okay? If you get an infection, you're gonna die. So living off the grid is more than just paying for stuff in cash. Y'all don't get it twisted. It's more than just paying for stuff in cash. If you go into a grocery store nowadays, it don't matter. Even if you pay in cash, they still know you bought that free range chicken. You bought the whatever it is. So just, y'all, let me keep it real. Forget about living off the grid. Most of y'all can't do it. Okay. I'm not a hater. I'm just telling the truth. Most of y'all can't do it. You know what I would love to do? This is the next Survivor's Challenge. I want to take a group of Black folks to live off the grid for 7 days. Live off the grid. I'm talking about off for real, off the grid. 7 days in Alaska, no cell phones. We got to catch our own food. We got to cook our own food. And we have to build our community together. Okay, Nelson, you be down for that?
Oh yeah, I'll be down. I like stuff like that, so I'll be
do?
down. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I mean, if I skydive, why not? So,
all right, y'all listen. Whoever is listening, I'm writing a reality show right now. You see, we formulating it right now. And I'm going to ask my chat, what are some ways I can make it exciting, difficult, fun, but a great learning experience for all participants? See, artificial intelligence can help me write that. All right, so everybody that's listening now, before we go, if you down for this show I'm writing right now, we're going to live off the grid. Living off the grid. Y'all help me come up with a name so that Netflix or Prime or one of these shows will pick it up. We're going to do 7 days. That's 7 episodes. 7 to 10 episodes. Living off the grid. Now, I don't know. I just threw Alaska out there. It doesn't necessarily need to be Alaska, but I know Black folks don't like cold. Okay, and don't like cold water. So how we going to shout? And when I say Black folks, I'm Black. I'm talking about me too. I'm the main one. I hate cold. So who going to be down for this show? Everybody on 101 TKO radio. Look, let's go. Let's go get off the grid and see how we can do. All right, you guys. So it's Tuesday. It's been my first show, Savage Talk with Keefa 2024. Thank you for your listening ears. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your great energy, always uplifting me. I feel it. I feel it in the universe. I want to say thank you. Make sure you download the app because I don't want you guys to miss me on Thursday. Come back, pull up a seat, pull up an ear, on Thursday. Okay, I'm gonna have some other great stuff to talk about. Until then, y'all, we are out. Savage Talk with Keefa, 101 TKO Radio. Let's go.